That's a quote by Scott Nielsen.
Today we had a chance to meet up with Katie Gunderson and Crystal Moore of the WSU Elite Dance Company.
Here they are.
Hi, I'm Crystal Moore. My major is human development, and I have been dancing for 18 years, my entire life basically, since I was 2.5.
Okay. My name is Katie Gunderson. I am a political science major with a global emphasis, and I've been dancing for about 14 years.
Okay, I actually got started. I was at a little street fair with my family, and an old lady came up to my mom, and she said, "This little girl needs to be in dance." So my mom put me in my first dance class. It was ballet. Hated music, absolutely hated it. I made the teacher turn it off because I was crying, and I went back to my next class the next week, and I gradually worked my way up with music, and now I blast it in my room all the time. So, but that's how I started dancing.
So the way I got started in dance was I was a cute little 5-year-old, and my mom put me in a ballet class like every other little 5-year-old does, and it was just something fun to do. It wasn't really a big deal, and I did soccer. I was on the swim team too when I was little, and it ended up being something that I just loved, and my mom didn't even think that that would happen, but I ended up falling in love with it and still do it to this day. So.
Okay, so in high school, I was dancing at least a 45-hour week, and school was kind of on the side burner for me. It was never really that important because dance was my entire life.
In high school, dance was my life. I was dancing probably anywhere from 40 to 45 hours a week.
I was on dance team at school, and then I was on a company outside of school in Seattle, Westlake Dance Center. I went there 15 hours a week and took classes, and then on top of that, I did an extra 15 hours for the company I was on. We competed, we traveled around the world. We actually got to tour Europe. It was a 3-week tour. That was probably the highlight of my entire dancing experience.
I was on my high school dance team, so we competed in the state competitions, so that was a lot of fun. I was also in my high school dance club, and then I also danced in a company outside of school as well.
But I have always managed time. I'm pretty good at it. I usually stay up late nights, and I'm used to that now. Whereas a lot of my friends would go to bed early, get up early the next morning for school. But I had dance and school to manage, so I'd go to school, I'd come home, do my homework, go to dance, come home really late, go to bed, I'd start all over the next day.
I would be running from dance team practice to dance club practice to my ballet classes at my studio, so I was dancing a lot during high school. When I came to WSU and was enrolling in classes my first semester, I knew I needed some sort of dance. I needed to get that dance class in.
I was actually looking for some way to let out dance. There always has to be at least that hour in a day where I can dance in some form.
I ended up taking this PE jazz class at Smith Gym for 1 credit or something, and the girl, it was a super cute tall blonde girl that was teaching it, and she pulled this other girl and I aside and said that she was a member of the WSU Elite Dance Company and they were holding auditions.
I was actually standing in one of my huge lecture classes, and I wasn't paying any attention, and I looked at the wall, and there was a little pink sign that said auditions for Elite Dance Company.
And she'd really like me to come, and she invited our whole class. So my friend and I trooped down to Daggy Hall one Saturday, I think it was, and we found Crystal sitting on a staircase, and she couldn't find the studio, and we couldn't find the studio.
So I got the number, I came to the auditions, I got lost on my way trying to find the studio.
So we tried going through all of these doors and stairways, and eventually got to the studio and auditioned and made it, and now we're here.
And finally found it, did the auditions, and since then it's the only thing I can ever imagine doing here at Wazoo. It's so much fun, the girls are great, and it gives me the time of day to dance.
Dancing in a company involves a lot of cooperation, a lot of patience. You have to get everybody's schedules coordinated. You have to expect that everybody shows up for practice, and everybody respects the dancing time, the dance, the choreographer. So there's a lot of elements that go into being in a company. I was pretty focused on ballet for a long time, and then once I got into my teenage years, I got more into jazz and hip hop and a little bit of tap and modern and stuff. So I've branched out a little bit, but I'm still a ballet dancer. I don't really know because nobody really likes ballet. Ballet is the hardest style to do, and everybody complains about it. I love it because to me it's beautiful. It's a strive for perfection, which always challenges me, and I think that's what draws me in, is that there's always that, you know, extra thing I can do, that extra effort that I can make to kind of do this incredible style of dancing. So
I have basically done any type of dance you will see out there: jazz, tap, ballet, hip hop, modern, salsa, rumba, anything you can really think of, I've done it. My favorite is lyrical because you get to portray your emotion through dancing, and that's kind of why I dance.
The interesting and I think really cool thing about this dance company in particular is that I don't think two of us have the same style. Everyone has their expertise. I'm really into ballet, Crystal's really into lyrical, we have a girl that's really good at hip hop, we have a girl that's really good at jazz, at